So what we did in class was we looked at this is the second page in your blue packet. So you'll notice here that it says step 1. So that's on the back page of your blue packet. Okay. So what this step is asking you to do is it's asking you to um, uh, look over your Mint sheet, right? So your Mint sheet is the sheet that had all of the conflict that you identified. It's asking, look over that, and you're going to create a list of reasons that these conflicts happened in the story. Okay? So you're not describing internal or external. Instead, what you were doing is in that Mint sheet, you were just identifying what conflicts actually existed. So now that you're at this section, at this part, what we're doing is we are going to be looking at how these conflicts were started. Okay? So as you see, it doesn't have to be a full sentence. It's just your brainstorming ideas of what causes conflict. So for example, in those winter Sundays, some students pointed out that fear was a cause of conflict between the son and the father. Okay. Some students also said that feeling unloved or unappreciated also created conflict there. So as we see this, these are not the only two causes of conflict that we could see, but these are two that did come up in our brainstorming in class. In the wife's story, some ones that were brought up included suspicion, because the wife was suspicious of her husband, so that created some potential conflict. Also, being truthful. So the husband didn't tell his wife his true nature, so that created conflict. So again, here are two things that students had found were potential causes of conflict. Students, as they continued looking at thank you, ma'am, they said feeling unloved, because they said that perhaps Roger wouldn't have tried to steal if he felt loved at home. Okay. The other thing, so that is a potential reason, right? And then in the interlopers, let's see, lack of communication. They said that the families do not communicate effectively, and so that causes that conflict. Then they also said, oh, I don't know why that happened. Well, that's fun. Why? I don't know why it's... Okay, so all of those went away, so that's great. But so you could say that it's lack of communication, et cetera, et cetera. So once you have these causes written, what you could have instead is now what you do is you see the relationship between them. The next piece of this text, or the next piece of this step 1, is that you take a look at, are there any common causes? So for example, you might say for cause 1, some students said, oh, well, fear. Fear is a common cause. And what stories, they said, include fear or discuss or show fear as the cause of the conflict. Now you'd look up in this section here. I don't want to scroll up because then all my writing will go away, but you could go up here and then it would tell you that, oh, yep, fear is involved in what stories. So you could say those winter Sundays, you could say the wife's story. So those are two stories that have fear. Now, there are multiple reasons that multiple causes of conflict. So fear is one of them, but I want you to brainstorm at least 3. And even if you see that, oh, I didn't have fear listed on more than one, but I do see fear as being a cause of conflict. I saw that happening in Those Winter Sundays. But then looking at this, I was like, well, actually, Wife's Story has fear in it as well. You can absolutely do that. In fact, I encourage you and want you to look beyond, like keep making connections. Okay. So, so you're going to be filling this chart out. And then once you have that chart filled out, choose one of the causes. So you're going to fill out 3, and then you're going to choose one that you think is the best, or the one that you can write the best paragraph about. And then finally, you're going to create a sentence that would be like a topic sentence. So you're going to make a claim about conflict in relationships. So I provided this sentence stem. Conflict in relationships oftentimes happen due to blank. So that blank would be filled in by whatever cause you want to talk about. You are only doing one cause, not multiple. So you can have something that you've developed, and that's what you handwrite in this box here. Then you can move on to the chatbot.